In the wealth creation process, especially towards your retirement, you need to understand the importance of your corpus. Let us say you retire at 55 or 60 and you live for another 30-40 years. It's very important that the money that you have should last you for the rest of your life and last properly, which means it's okay to leave back some money rather than at 90 wonder how are you going to live for the next few years. Maybe you'll die in that same night, or maybe you'll die after 10 years, but you have to have money till you die, right? Your money has to last, that corpus has to last. So in the whole process, it is important that you fill your life with people who are good for you, both mentally and financially. Mentally, you should feel happy meeting them. Financially, they should not harm you, because you have reached a stage when you don't want to maybe create great wealth, but you should not lose money, because losing money has two implications. It has one financial implication and one second mental implication, because the mental implication could be much worse. A person with 30 crores, if he loses maybe 50 lakhs or 1 crore, it doesn't really matter, but he might be mentally very upset and feel, oh my God, I could not protect my money. What happens if I lose more? So that creates stress. How do you avoid that? You avoid that by simply by choosing a good advisor and making sure that you stay away from excessively advice giving people. I mean, all old people love to give advice, so that includes yours truly. So you have to be careful as to what we are doing and what we are saying and whether that advice is worth taking. Now, if it's a neighbor who has made money, who has worked in LIC for the rest of for the whole life of theirs, they are very likely to come and tell you this product is good and this and they're making no commission. Or maybe they are on YouTube making videos by selling ad space. But be careful about such people, and unfortunately or fortunately today electronic media has allowed these people into your bedroom. And so if you're sitting late night and watching and they tell you, oh, this Adani thing has happened and all that, next day morning you might go and look at your mutual fund which has invested in Adani and sell off. Be careful of such people. Who are the other people that you have to be careful about? First is pushy sales people. Pushy sales people have no ethics, no morals about pushing a bad product to an old person. It's very common to see them selling a life insurance product to a 70-year-old saying, oh, you can't take insurance for yourself, take it for your grandchild, take it for your son, daughter, etc. So they will give you a very expensive policy where there is no medical needs to be done. So maybe you're buying it for your 19-year-old granddaughter and you're buying an expensive policy. Maybe you have to pay 3 lakhs per annum premium. Just think about it. You pay 3 lakhs 1 year, 2 years, maybe 3 years. Then if you die, who is going to pay for that kid? That kid may not want it. It may be a bad product. So stay away from people who are selling you insurance and pension products. You don't need them both. Because maybe you are not, maybe you are very smart, but maybe you are not competent enough to be able to close in on the deal, and they will push you to say, uncle, this is closing now, auntie, next month if you buy the whole product gets expensive. Please seek help. It is not wrong. It is not wrong to seek mental health help and financial health help, right? Even mental health people don't seek help. They think, oh, it's okay if I just sleep well, if I hug and kiss my husband or wife and I will be all right. Not true. Seek mental help. Seek financially also seek help. Go and ask your son, daughter, anybody whom you trust, who will not make a mistake and who knows the subject. It can't be your son or daughter who is working in a bank but is in HR or ops or something like that. Or they may know somebody whom you should ask. Or you may have reached a stage in life when you don't need any new products. In fact, my most popular video, if you look for, is one word which will make you rich is no. You don't need products maybe. Maybe you're 70. Maybe you've bought all the products that you need in your life. Don't go chasing something because they could just clean you up, right? So these pushy sales people who are trained very well in a 7-day training, 6.5 days is selling skills, right? And they sell very well to grieving people. So if you have just lost your husband or wife, they'll come and talk to you very nicely. Or if your children are abroad, they'll come and say, oh, these days children don't have time for parents and all. They'll speak to you nicely, softly, but they're not in love with you, right? Your kid may not be attending to you, bad luck, but that does not mean the stranger is suddenly in love with you. He is not, she is not. They have come to rip you off. Be careful of these pushy sales people. Also be careful about overly negative people who keep saying, oh, now this will happen, that will happen, because it's going to make you mentally ill. Because if you are with these kind of toxic people, I wouldn't say just negative, but also toxic people who will come and say bad things about your own children to you, right? They're capable of saying that, oh, your son is abroad, why is he not attending to you, he should come, look, my son is in Pune, he comes every month. They are just making your life miserable. Please stay away. This is going to cost you badly in terms of mental health and physical health, right? So retirement is also a time when you're looking for some purpose. So if you have a neighbor who's got kids, please do babysitting for them. It's great fun, right? So if you want to do that, do that. You want to listen to music, do it. But maybe your maid's children need some mathematics and English help, which you can do. Do that. Fill your life with people who like you, who listen to you, whom you have pleasure being with. Just, spending a couple of lakhs a year on your servants' children will not hurt you. Paying their school fees will not hurt you. Buying books for them, go with them, buy books. You need some activity too, right? So stay away from negative people. Help people who want your help. We all run the risk of giving too much gyan. This itself is a gyan video. But be careful about that. Be careful about people who manipulate you. Many people try to manipulate retirees, especially saying, oh, we're giving you a very poor return, you're getting only 8%, only 9%, I will put it in a PMS, I will put it in a AIF, I'll put it, depending on the size of your portfolio. They're capable of giving any of these products, right? So they're capable of saying, okay, why don't you put it here, you will get so much return, etc., etc. Be aware that they are perhaps just manipulating you. You don't need it. Yeah, this is not just a salesman. Please understand, the salesman or saleswoman is coming here to sell to you. These are people who are just maybe influencers, maybe they're coming through the video to you, maybe it would be known people, it could be strangers, it could be anybody in a position, or some shady financial advisors, insurance salespeople. There is data to show that Americans, we don't have such good quality data in India, have lost something like $3.5 billion in 2023. When I say Americans, I mean only Americans above 60. So maybe that is the age, right? In Hindi we say satya gaya hai 60, right? So be careful about these manipulators who could just come make you, induce you with guilt, saying, oh, your son is not coming from abroad, why don't you invest in this? Any of those things, right? So be careful about chronic borrowers, which could be your maid, it could be your driver, could be anybody. When you give them money, don't give them a loan, give them a gift. It's not coming back anyway, right? So just give it as a gift, because mentally you're written it off. When you give a loan, you're constantly telling yourself this money is going to come back, this money, then one day that person leaves, you feel frustrated. Don't do that. If that person asks for 3 lakhs to buy something, say, I can't afford to give you 3 lakhs, I don't have that kind of money, here is 20,000 rupees, here is 25,000 rupees, this you repay over 1 year or 2 years, which you know is not going to come back. But still, if you're not willing to give away 3 lakhs permanently, don't give 3 lakhs as a loan to these people. It is not helping you, it's not helping them. Yes, if they come and say, I don't have money to pay school fees, just pay it, forget it. Don't expect it to come back, right? It won't come back anyway, right? These are what I would call chronic borrowers. They would borrow for everything. They would borrow to buy a ticket to go to Goa, to go to Jaipur, to go to London. Why? Because it's available on installment. They go and borrow for everything. They will go and borrow for buying a expensive phone, for entertainment, for travel, for everything they borrow. These are chronic borrowers, and once you give them money, they will not get back to you. In fact, if you render some service on the net, let's say somebody comes and asks me for some advice and says he'll pay me, or he'll give some money to some charity, something like that, and I do it, and that person does not pay, I feel, oh my God, I wasted 1 hour or 2 hours. It doesn't really matter, but that feeling that, oh God, I got cheated, right? That feeling should not be there. So filling yourself with people who are around you, like you, help you, that's important, right? Be also careful of completely dishonest contractors who come to help you in, or say, we will redo your house and we will paint and all that. Be careful how much much they're charging, get maybe 2 or 3, sit, enjoy your process, but be careful about what things you leave, right? Keep your valuables separate. In an ideal world, you'll shift to another house and get this done. But if it is not possible, make sure that these contractors don't get you, because they will put the blame on you. They'll say, oh, you chose this child, you chose this chap, and they'll take you to a shop, pressurize you, make you buy, and then you realize that he only pressurized you, and when it doesn't work, he'll say you took the decision. So be careful about these things. These people don't really hurt you financially, but they hurt you mentally, right? Anybody who's selling anything, when I said pushy salesman for insurance, mutual funds, real estate, anything, be careful about anybody who pushes you to take a decision saying, oh, today is the last day, if you don't buy today, tomorrow prices will change. Just don't worry, it doesn't matter. And please involve your children, and if you can't involve your children, your own children, nephew, niece, neighbor, somebody whom you trust, may not know much about the subject, but a younger person can be pushed less than an older person. And you might have buyer's regret the minute you finish buying, but it would be too late. You would have signed, your check would have gone, your money would have been debited. And many of these products, once you have got it, I mean, if you bought an insurance policy, you have a 15-day free look-in period, but you will get the policy after that. And after that, if you read, you'll realize that they told you it's a 25 lakh rupee one-time premium, but the guy or girl who filled up the form very nicely filled it up as a annual payment. So next year again, you will have to pay 25 lakhs. Third year again, you will have to pay 25 lakhs. You may not have that kind of liquidity, or you may find it is absolutely wrong to have bought it. So be careful about dealing with such people. Fill yourself with people who may be much poorer than you, but you have fun dealing with them, helping them, etc. They are the people you need, not these people whom you don't need. Go and get yourself a good financial advisor, maybe 50-year-old, maybe 60-year-old, but who will understand your requirements and deal with you properly. Thank you.